What do you need to focus on when it comes to the actual month of November 2022, my gorgeous Virgo? What do you need to focus on, and what do you need to pay attention to? This is indeed a really, really important. Okay, so now I'm just going to tell you, when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgolini, you need to really focus on how you want your life to be in such a way where you find yourself like really kind of like a planning about your future. And when you're planning about your future, where would you like your life to go? How would you like your life to be? What would you like to achieve? Like what are you thinking of like as a highest achievement in your life? Like, for example, what would you like your destination, your not final destination, what would you like your final destination to be? But where would you like how would you like your life to become? How would you like your life to evolve? You know, so whatever this is, maybe you would like to like kind of like really live the life of luxury, surrounded by the gold and diamonds, you know, and silver and everything beautiful. You know, maybe you're like into materialistic things. You know, maybe your dream is like to live in a certain in a castle, not certain, but in a castle, for example. Maybe your ultimate dream is like to live on the boat. You know, maybe your ultimate dream is to live like by the river. Maybe your ultimate dream is to live by the sea. Maybe your ultimate dream is to live in the forest. Maybe your ultimate dream is to live at the edge of the forest. You know, maybe your ultimate dream is to live like on an island. You know, like I know what I like, for example. Do you know what I mean? Like to me, I'm all like about nature. I'm all about wilderness. You know, that gets me going. You know, I feel like I'm a very strong part of the actual nature, so I always like to be around the nature. But it's not about me, this reading. It's about you, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. So this is what I'm thinking about. This is what you're gonna need to be like kind of focusing on from the very 1st of November. I will tell you why this is, because November is absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant when it comes to manifesting things. So be as open-minded as you possibly can, you know, and do not be negative, because when it comes to manifestation, you know, if we are really negative at the time when vibration and energy is like, oh my god, the reason so much, you know, it can go both ways. We can like kind of like really manifest like negativity to become like a real challenges, and we don't want this. So this is what I want you to understand. The month of November is extremely powerful when it comes to the actual you know, manifestation, and this is nothing unusual because it's got two number ones. You know, it is the 11th month of the year, which is very, very powerful, very strong, very different, and very, very kind of unique when it comes to actually achieving things and manifesting things. So this is what I need you, my gorgeous Virgolini, that from the beginning of this month, just focus on, you know, forget about everything what's going on if you possibly can. Forget about things that you're working on. Forget about anything that's draining your energy. Forget about all the problems, you know. Everybody has problems, you know, and if we don't have problems in this world, then something would be terribly wrong. It's the way the life is, you know. That's it. But we must not allow our problems to take the better of us. We must not allow our problems to take over, where we are just constantly thinking about negativities and problems, and it brings us down. And it brings us down, you know, so much that it goes to the point that it's so difficult to get up anymore after that moment in time. So this is what you need to understand, my gorgeous Virgolini, that, you know, from the beginning of this month, just try to really kind of focus on, try to ignore as much as you possibly can around you, and just try to kind of like focus on what would you like to achieve, what, you know, in life from the beginning of November. This is very, very important, and then focus on it and think about it, and that in itself, you know, something very, very interesting is going to come to you as well. And the more you're focusing on it, the more you're thinking about something very interesting, it's going to come to you, very unusual, like a rather significant intuitive message. This intuitive message, it's like, you know, it's very, very difficult to explain, because it's going to happen in a rather unusual way at a time when you least expect it as well. But the more you focus on like things that you want to achieve, by focusing on, I'm thinking about that you should be kind of like when it comes to planning, when it comes to you thinking, when it comes to you like kind of like maybe, you know, thinking about like the certain changes that you need to make in your life in order to, you know, like focus on adjustments that you maybe need to make. You know, when I say about planning and thinking where you need to get, maybe focus on the adjustments that you need to make, focus on the like a certain sacrifices that you're gonna need to make, focus on you know, readjustments that you're going to need to make. These are all really important elements and aspects that we need to go through in order to get to something really, really big, because all this is going to lead towards a really mind-blowing manifestation becoming reality. And by the time you get to the actual beginning of December, yes, I've gone into the December now, in December already, this is really going to surprise you, because in December already you are really kind of going to hear something like a really something is going to surprise you, what you're going to hear at the beginning of December. And what are you going to hear at the beginning of December? It's also not going to be only surprising, it's not only going to blow you away, surprise you what you're going to hear, but at the same time this is going to create a brand new beginning when it comes to your own awakening. So at the beginning of December you are going to have your own spiritual awakening, because what are you going to hear? And that spiritual awakening, it's at the same time they're going to make you aware that, you know, you've already, you know, this process of manifestation already started, and you're going to realize that you're that much closer after that moment in time towards your manifestation, like becoming the actual reality. And this manifestation that I'm talking about is going to come from you just basically focusing and thinking how you want your life to be. You wouldn't believe how things are going to unfold indeed. And when it comes to that actual psychic message that I said to you before, I mentioned that there is some kind of psychic and intuitive message going to come to you, and this is going to answer a huge question when it comes to some ongoing problem in your life that was really kind of affecting you and slowing you down. And that psychic message that I'm talking about is going to come through on the 11th of November and the 21st of November and then the 25th of November. So you've got the 3 different stages when this psychic message is going to come to you, something very intuitive, but it's also going to happen at a time when you kind of least expected. You will be kind of maybe working on something, and then suddenly you're going to feel absolutely so strongly about like doing something, and you will know that that message is also going to, on one hand, give you a different perspective on an ongoing problem, but on another hand, it's going to make you aware what do you need to sacrifice in order to get where you want to get, in order to speed up this process of how you want your life to be. And this is why it's a lot about you really kind of thinking and planning when it comes to the actual November, giving yourself to it as much as you possibly can, but already by the beginning of December, the actual process of awakening is going to start when you hear that message, when you hear this specific message. And this in itself, it's going to be like a really, what you're going to hear and what you're going to become aware of at the beginning of December is just really going to start the process of awakening, which means that at that moment in time, you're going to realize things that you didn't realize so far. And these things that you're going to realize through your own awakening are going to make you aware how much closer you are to that particular dream. But you're also going to have a very interesting glimpse, and this glimpse that you're going to have at that moment in time are also going to become the part of the spiritual clue. What else do you need to do? Suddenly there are other ways that are going to come to you, like what you can do, how you can get there. You know, it's going to be incredible. So you just have to trust me, my gorgeous Virgolini here, indeed. So now I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm just going to see what an additional message is going to be. Okay, so, you know, this is important. You know, focus on your dream. Focus what you want to achieve, my gorgeous Virgolini. I hope this is not too confusing. Focus on your dream. Focus on what you want to achieve. Focus on what your ultimate destination in life is going to be. And when I say focus on it, work on it. Think about it. Show yourself in it as much as you can. Try this, try that, try this idea, try that idea. See which adjustments you need to make. See what you can do in your life right now to start changing things in order to speed up the process a little bit. Don't lose yourself in the world of craziness. Don't lose yourself, my gorgeous Virgolini. Stay true to yourself and follow your spirit, follow your soul. This is very, very important indeed. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Virgolini, and I'm going to see what an additional message is going to be here. Oh my lordy lord, what a beautiful little cardellini we have here. What a gorgeous little card we have here, my gorgeous Virgolini. Do you see what this means? This card here right now. It means that, it's not only an awakening, but, this is gonna lead... Sorry. It's going to be an awakening at the beginning of December, but it's all going to lead towards you becoming more enthusiastic at exactly what you should be enthusiastic about in your life. And when you are enthusiastic to this point, when it comes to something that is strictly connected to your passion, to your spiritual journey, to your soul purpose, you are going to be absolutely unstoppable. My gorgeous Virgolini, this is going to make you feel alive again. This is going to make you feel as optimistic as you've never been before. And from the beginning of November, as the time goes by, the more optimistic you're going to be. But at the same time, by the time the beginning of December, yes, I said December comes up, you're already gonna know that this is going to bring so much into your life. This is gonna bring things into your life that you weren't aware of before, in terms of a rather bright prospects, but then at the same time it's just really naturally going to point you towards which directions do you need to explore and investigate. And also going back to November, by the end of November, it's going to be absolutely obvious to you and evident to you when it comes to your dream. Listen to me very carefully. When it comes to your dream, what you want to do and what you want to achieve, there is something going to become evident by the end of November. What do you need to explore? There is still you need to explore. There is still you need to investigate. There is still you need to find out more. But there is also still a relevant experience that you need to become a part of. And this is something that is very sacred when it comes to your journey, my gorgeous Virgolini. So you must not ignore this whatsoever. So by the end of November 2022, when it comes to your dream and when it comes to what you're working on in order to achieve your dreams, there are still a few bits and pieces missing. And these bits and pieces are going to come in form of a paths you need to explore, investigate, and find out a little bit more, find out a little bit further indeed. It is going to bring you to your destination much sooner, much quicker, as long as you stay true to yourself. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.